Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are safe and sound. Real Madrid take on Levante in yet another game where we do not have anything to play for. We can say at this point it's all about giving the minutes to the youngsters and nurturing them, helping them in their development process. But it's also worth noting that Ancelotti is going to use his big guns from time to time. The intention would be to keep everyone fit and agile. He would want his players to be in the best shape possible and arrive in Paris in the best physical condition, and that is why in the next few games we can see Ancelotti mix and match with his starting 11. There would be youngsters, but there would also be veterans who would be looking to keep away the rust and finish the next few games on a positive note. We also would be discussing the details of the latest transfer of Rüdiger to Real Madrid. In this video we'll just talk about the numbers involved in the transfer, but Madridistas, I also would be making a cinematic video on the journey and the tactical profile of Rüdiger once Real Madrid make the transfer official. So in this video we'll do the match preview of Real Madrid versus Levante, we'll go through the words of Carlo Ancelotti, and we'll end this video by doing the match predictions. So come on, let's get started. And firstly, talking about the latest signing, 2 days ago, social media was flooded with the news of Antonio Rudiger signing for Real Madrid. It was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and then the other news outlets like Marca and Mirror. The official announcement will be made by Real Madrid at the end of the season, but in the meanwhile, the details regarding the transfer have come up. The Athletic have revealed that Rüdiger has put pen to paper on a lucrative 4-year contract with the Los Blancos. The deal would be running till 2026, and he would be having a release clause of 400 million euros. He would also be getting a good signing bonus, and he is expected to earn around 9 to 10 million euros, which is significantly higher than what Chelsea were willing to offer. So it's all but confirmed that Rüdiger will feature for Real Madrid in the upcoming season. The centre-back at one point was distanced from Real Madrid. We had covered the rumours that Real Madrid had stopped taking interest in Rüdiger due to the high salary that he was asking, but the two parties resumed negotiations after Rüdiger reduced his wage demands. Marca also say that Carlo Ancelotti had insisted on signing Antonio Rudiger, which would give him more options in defence in the upcoming season. And about the signing, we obviously saw that he was a very important figure in the backline for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel of course wanted to keep hold of the best defender in the side, but Tuchel admitted defeat last month in his bid to hold on to Rüdiger. The sanctions placed on Chelsea also worked as a contributing factor, leading him to the exit door, and this is where Madrid stepped up promptly and secured the services of the German international. If you ask me about the signing, it is a much needed one for the Los Blancos. I have been saying since the start of the season that Madrid need to take appropriate measures to compensate for the loss of Varane and Sergio Ramos. We somehow managed things this year as our starting centre-backs didn't sustain much injury woes, but definitely the signing of the German defender is one step in the right direction. Not only does he provide depth in that department, but there are also multiple ways in which he can be used. That gives the coach options to instill more flexibility with formations and tactics, and this is definitely something that a coach loves to have. So those were the details regarding the latest transfer, and let's move on to do the match preview of Levante versus Real Madrid. Kickoff will be coming live from the Santiago Bernabeu, and assessing the opposition that we face today, Levante are rock bottom in the table with 29 points from 35 games, and truly it has been a season to forget for Levante. All the signs are indicating that they would be relegated at the end of the campaign. They have some hopes that the likes of Cadiz, Mallorca and Alaves keep dropping points in the upcoming games, but as things stand, Levante do look to be in an extremely dangerous position. They have the least number of wins, a total amounting to 6, and they also happen to be a side with the worst defensive record, having already conceded 67 goals this season. So you can understand why Levante have been struggling terribly this year. They haven't played outside the Spanish top flight since 2010, but the way things are going, it does look like Levante will be playing in the Segunda in the upcoming season. They will, however, find some encouragement from their previous win against Real Sociedad. They had registered a 2-1 victory against La Real, where Gonzalo Melero's 90-minute penalty decided the fixture, and today they would be praying that Real Madrid go easy against them. They would be hoping that Real Madrid have a more casual attitude, but since the match is happening at the Santiago Bernabeu, I don't feel like Levante will have it easy at all. And coming to the tactics, the manager Lishi may set up in the 5-3-2 formation. Son and Miramon will be the two wing-backs. In the midfield, the trio of Pepelu, Radoja and Gonzalo Melero are expected to start. And finally in attack, the duo of Dani Gomez and Jose Luis Morales will lead the attack for Levante. Moving on, let's hear what the coach had to say in the pre-match press conference. Ancelotti was asked questions regarding Vinicius and Rodrigo, but firstly, while previewing the match, Ancelotti said, We have to play well in the game, we need to keep up the momentum and keep winning. We spent our time this week preparing for this match. Those who didn't play against Atletico will need minutes. After that, we have another game on Sunday. We are not preparing for the final, we are trying to get players back up to full fitness so that they can be right to face Real Betis. Then Ancelotti was asked an important question regarding Vinicius Jr. The reporter asked if Vinicius will continue to play on the left flank even if Mbappe arrives, and listening to the coach, he didn't give any concrete answer regarding that. He said he's good on the left flank and can even improve. He has to improve in his movement without the ball, take advantage of his speed more, not only in one-on-one situations, but also to enjoy receiving the ball between the lines. Then Ancelotti was asked about the progress of Rodrigo, and the reporter asked if Ancelotti could provide a quantifiable objective for Rodrigo next season. And Ancelotti responded, for Rodrigo, it's a matter of time. He will improve because he's very talented, humble and smart. Has already made the difference in very important matches. He just has to be patient. I don't know how much long. However, I do know that we are very lucky to have him. And lastly, the coach was asked about the contribution of Antonio Pintes this season. We can say that the fitness coach has definitely made his presence felt. In the past year, we were struggling with injuries left, right and centre, but this year, things have been better, and credit must be provided where credit is due. In that regard, Ancelotti said Antonio is a top professional and one of the best I've had. He's very exceptional in preparing for this type of match. We've combined physical work with technical and tactical work. We've got a friendly relationship as he's humble and a top professional. The players have a lot of confidence in him, and he focuses on the small details. So those are the thoughts of the coach, and let's conclude this video by doing the match predictions. In goal, we would be having Thibaut Courtois. His return was confirmed by Ancelotti in the press conference. The back four may comprise of Eder Militao, Nacho, Lucas Vazquez and Full-on Mendy. In the midfield, we may be seeing the return of Modric and Valverde. They didn't start in the previous match, and in this one, I am expecting the two to be taken off in the early minutes of the second half. Ancelotti won't look to keep them on the pitch beyond 60 minutes, and I expect the two to be accompanied by Eduardo Camavinga. He would play in the defensive midfield role, and hopefully the Frenchman will do a good job and make some clean tackles in the match. And lastly in attack, I predict the front three of Vinicius, Benzema and Rodrigo. So that, as you see, is my predicted lineup, and as for the scoreline predictions, I predict Real Madrid 4, Levante 1. And that is all I have here. Do let me know what are your thoughts ahead of the game, and what scoreline are you predicting right in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid, and as always, Madrid.